first thing first, this is a question in most people's mind about the moratorium, right? So help us understand how this moratorium works. What all loans can we avail from this moratorium? Can we use home, personal, car, business, credit cards? And give us some more information about whether all banks have to give it, do NBFCs also have to give it? What is this moratorium thingy? Just help us understand that.
Yeah. First and foremost, Guna, thanks for the wonderful introduction, and thank you very much for inviting me. And on behalf of Guna, also I welcome all the participants. So to answer your questions, basically RBI has come up, with a suggestion to rather instruction to banks, saying that they are supposed to give 3 months moratorium to all the clients who are having EMI based term loan and whose account is regular. Okay, account is regular meaning the repayment is clear and the account is not NPA. The other part is this facility can be given to all those term loans wherein the repayment happens through EMI, per month EMI. Okay, so whatever products you just spoke about, like home loan, your mortgage loan or loan against property, or auto loan or personal loan, or even business loan for that matter, even top-up loan, basically wherein per month, you are paying a fixed amount of EMI. Wherever you are having that kind of arrangement, you can avail that facility. Okay. The next question is, whether credit cards are covered under this.
Okay.
Because credit card per se is not an EMI based loan. Okay. So basically credit cards are not getting covered under this. However, there is again a loophole to it. If there is a significant amount of outstanding on your credit card, okay, and if somebody is not in a position to pay that amount in full, okay, he can convert some part of it in terms of an EMI, okay, and can avail the moratorium facility.
Oh, that's pretty smart, right? So you have a credit card, convert it into an EMI, and then ask for the moratorium. So you're saying, okay. So what I hear you say is that only for standard status loans, which is there is the regular EMI running, you can opt for moratorium. And did I also hear that only for clients who've not defaulted, moratorium has to be offered, or clients who have some pending outstanding also moratorium can be offered?
No, as per RBI guidelines, the account has to be regular, meaning there should not be any overdue in the account. So this facility can be availed only to those clients whose repayment is absolutely clear.
Acha, okay. So this, go on.
No, so basically RBI's intention is pretty clear that all those clients who have a clear track record and history, okay, only those kind of clients can take the benefit of it. The one who is already having an NPA account and not having either capacity or intention to pay, they can't avail this facility.
Acha, okay. So I think that's quite fair, right? So So my question is, so is it too late now to avail the moratorium? Maybe we should have done this session about a month back, but how we respond to these things. Is it way too late now to ask for a moratorium if we want one?
No, not really. I mean, I agree to the fact that we should have actually done this maybe a month prior. But having said that, this is not too late. I mean, if somebody wants to avail that facility, you can still do that. See, in most of the banks, your EMI date is either 10th or 15th or maybe even 5th of every month. Okay. So if your EMI date is, let's say, 10th or 15th, okay, you can still approach your bank and give them a request that, you want to avail the facility for next 2 months, and they should be able to service that request. The only thing is, most of the banks, this activity is being done manually. So you obviously need to give some amount of time, which should be a reasonable amount of time to those bankers to process your request. However, it's not too late. You can still very much avail the facility, provided obviously you have paid the previous EMI.
Okay. It's not too late. Is that what you're saying? Okay, great. So we can we can still go and approach the bank. Okay. So tell me something, Mandar. Is it really beneficial to avail of this moratorium facility? So how do the numbers work? So we hear all kind of different views that don't opt for the moratorium a lot, although the government is coming and saying offer moratorium, even all the banks are offering moratorium. A lot of people are saying no, don't opt for the moratorium. Looking at newspapers and looking at channels, they're saying don't opt for the moratorium. So it's a very confusing, right? Should we opt for the moratorium? Should we not opt for the moratorium? What are the numbers stacking up like?
Okay, so my suggestion to all the clients would be not to opt for moratorium.
Really?
And pay the EMI on time as per the agreed terms and conditions to the bank. Okay. However, if there is a genuine and real pressure on your cash flow, okay, wherein you are absolutely not in a position to pay your EMI for next 3 months,
okay,
only in that kind of scenario you can think of availing this facility. But otherwise, even if with a stretched circumstances, you can still manage to pay. My suggestion will be to pay your EMIs on time and not avail this facility. The reason behind this, there are basically two reasons. Okay, first and foremost, this is a moratorium or a deferment.
Okay.
This is not a waiver. So let's be very clear about it. If somebody is under the impression that I don't have to pay the 3 months EMI and the bank has given me waiver, then that is absolutely incorrect. Okay, bank has, because there is a pressure on the cash flow for everyone, as per the RBI's instructions. Banks had just given you a sort of facility to pay this 3 months EMI later. So later meaning, let's say hypothetical situation, your loan is getting over in, let's say, December 2020. Okay, instead of December 2020, your loan will get closed in March 2021. Okay. So this is the moratorium facility. However, in the example which we have just spoken about, there is hardly any chances of your loan getting over in the month of March 2021, and most probably it will get over in maybe April, purely because of the fact that we are presuming it is getting over in very short period of time. In other words,
Mandar?
Yeah, sorry.
Help us understand that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. See, basically, whatever moratorium the bank is offering for 3 months, okay, this 3 months of non-payment obviously is going to attract, interest.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so again, this 3 months of leeway doesn't come without any interest or without any cost or without any charge. Okay, so whatever amount you are not paying, okay, that is getting added in your principal amount. Okay, and for the rest of the remaining tenor, whatever remaining period you are having for closure of your loan, okay, you will pay additional interest on that. So just to give you some vague idea in terms of your number of years of EMI outstanding vis-a-vis the additional EMI which you pay. Okay, so let's say if your loan is getting over in 3 years time, okay, you end up paying one extra EMI. Okay, yeah, you got that slide. So if your loan is getting over in 5 years, that is 60 months. Okay, you end up paying 2 extra EMIs. Okay, and I think the slide will speak itself. I don't need to elaborate much on that. But just to give you an idea, if your loan is getting over after 10 years, that is 120 months. Okay, you end up paying 5 extra EMI. And if you presume your EMI to be, let's say, 50,000 per month, okay, you end up paying 50,000 into 5, 2,50,000 extra. Okay, so this is again going to be a burden on the customer. So this is the reason why one should not opt for moratorium facility. However, again, as I said sometime back, if you are really having a pressure on your cash flow and absolutely not in a position to pay your EMI, then only you can probably think about it. The other angle of paying the EMI on time is slightly at a macro level or at an economy level. The reason being, if as a customer, if you pay your EMIs on time, okay, you are helping to improve the liquidity of the banks. And if the bank's liquidity improves, then this amount in turn, bank will lend to some other customers. Then that customer will utilize that amount in his business, or maybe he will utilize for some kind of consumption. and that's how it will help in rolling the economy or keep the wheels of the economy running, which is currently at a standstill. So
the larger good repay your loan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. But then does it also mean that if I don't repay this loan, although you're saying that there won't be any impact on the credit scores and all that, but if I go approach for a loan in future, that they might view this as a negative thing that I opted for the moratorium? Is that true?
Yeah, what you're saying is right. See, first and foremost, even if you avail the moratorium for 3 months, okay, it is not going to affect your CIBIL score or credit score. Okay. However, having said that, just imagine a situation, you approach any bank, let's say 12 months down the line. Okay, and the bank sees your report, credit report or CIBIL report. Okay, if the bank sees that, even during the lockdown period, or even when the banks were offering moratorium to all the customers, you have still not opted for it, and you have still made your EMI or made your commitment towards bank on time. So this will definitely add to your credibility, or your credit standing or your credit worthiness, which will which will help you in over a longer period of time.